A connection you can count on. From just about anywhere. That's Xfinity Mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try it free for a year. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Is hot sleep keeping you awake? With Mattress Firm, our sleep experts can match you with a perfect cooling mattress, like Purple. Experience the coolest purple ever only at Mattress Firm. And right now, save up to $700. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
The NBA Finals get underway on Wednesday. Victor Wembanyama will take center stage as the Spurs face the Knicks. Let's talk about all the different ways Wembanyama has influenced his team this year. He finished every game of the conference finals with at least 20 points and a block. He joined Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon as the only players to do that since blocks became an official statistic. He's also led the Spurs in points per game and rebounds per game this postseason. He's the second player in NBA history to lead his team in points and rebounds per game entering the finals in their first career postseason. The other one was Elgin Baylor in 1959. Also at 22 years and 146 days old, Wembanyama has surpassed Tim Duncan as the youngest player to lead his team in points per game and rebounds per game in the season in which his team makes the NBA Finals. I could go on. The point is this. Tim McMahon, you were there covering the Western Conference Finals for us. You were there to watch the emotion that came out of Wembanyama when they pulled it off on the road in that game 7.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. It'll be Oklahoma City off the tip. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, Holmgren. Kept alive. The kick out to Williams. Another shot. Back to Holmgren. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. 6 to shoot. And here's SGA outside. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
With the way Darren Fox on his ankle played, with the block that Luke Cornett had, that Dale McNeil going against Hartson, like they have grown up as a team. And you want to see that emotion in a player where you know he's getting the press conference because he's angry or he's just off. These little raw emotions are what you see from Victor, and this is why we love him, because he's real, he's authentic, and he is always playing with a venom that it feels like reminds you of Kobe and Mike. Yes. I agree completely with that. I have zero issue if anyone did. With the emotion that he had, I also don't think it has any impact on how well he's going to play or how ready he's going to be for the NBA Finals. And I said this earlier, and I'll share it again here for the new audience that's just joining. Sometimes in media, we try to make simple things very complicated because we're trying to attach a whole bunch of different corollaries to what's the face of the league, is the rest of the league, is it his league? Victor Wembanyama is the NBA league. Well, that's going to see it. If you gave every general manager in the NFL, in the NBA, the option to start a team with any one player, it would take every one of their teams unanimous. They would all take their position. This is what we got to do in the NBA. National foot and your foot. He is also the best player. If he's the best player, is steadfast.
I'm not really excited about LeBron James.
LeBron James running on the player who can guard all that money. Bringing down guards the ball at the same time. And he is a developing offensive player who is on the verge of becoming one of the best, if not the best, offensive players in the world. So it is the only way to act.
Adding insult to injury with a dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That was
for the foreseeable future. More so than SGA and Cole Jokic, look at Doncic, or they just keep trying to do it. On the first thing
as he finishes his rim.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's clicking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early,
And we look at him, just belong to them. You want to see what he's doing that night. And trying to do something with you after in hour one. Team building will move to change drastically this offseason. We're about to close playoff run, about the confirmation that this is going to be on a very few teams in the NBA Finals. We weren't sure exactly how we're going to go about this. But now you know. Although I'm saying that maybe we calibrate themselves. We're saying we thought this was going to be well, and maybe just check on there and going to
Let's see if they can keep it up.
But whatever team building mechanism you're using, you have to say, what are we doing about this guy? Not that we can stop him, but what ways can we try to utilize him like we need? This playoff win is the single thing, or most important, playoff series win, fix LeBron James and the thing that live. Upset Golden State comes back out to when you think of the defending champion, only have a score in a game set,
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
qualifies to be at one of those momentum shifting
Williams. And so Gilgeous Alexander with the
So I would put that one to the side. The Knicks didn't just get through the East, they obliterated the East. They ran through like a wrecking ball. They won 11 consecutive playoff games, and they have a plus-minus 75 points better than any team in NBA history. So let's start with that. What they did to the East this year demonstrates they're very worthy of playing for a championship. Number two, who I think it is easy to get to a championship or to be a championship team when your best player is flawed? Obviously not. Because Greg prefer it to be someone who feels like LeBron James or even like Michael Jordan. But it can't be done. It has been done. The Warriors did it. The Pistons did it. So we've seen it happen before. And three, I think Jalen Brunson is sometimes diminished because of where he started. And sometimes it is very hard to get from where you start all the way at the other end of these things. It took Jokic a little while. I think it took a while before people went from saying Jokic is kind of a I don't know, I'm not sure what the right word I'm looking for is here. Well, that too, but I mean, he's just sort of he's putting up freakish numbers, but he's not really that good. He's one team goes to win, and all of a sudden he's winning a chance to change your mind. But the opposite end of the same spectrum is to say, he puts up incredible numbers, but he's a second-round pick, and he's small, and he doesn't do it with the same kind of flash that some of the others do. So I think it will take him actually winning a championship for people to give him the respect he deserves. I think the most important thing is to respect. Second round pick, he did win championships at Villanova, and then became a late moving sort of second option to Luka Doncic. And then they bumped with that free agency and changed to the New York Knicks. Because people generally don't take the New York Knicks seriously. That historically they've been more laughing stock than this historical franchise that we built them up to be, right? There's also a disrespect that comes with that, or at least you have to show us before we buy into it. And I think that's what Jalen Brunson is on the forefront. If both of those things, I don't think maybe I didn't damage the fit for the foundation or not. I think the deal was saying it's really hard to do it at that size, and until you do it, it's okay to add the question if you can do it around a ship, build around a player that size, that style, and the championship team. Finish it up.
So you should tell Bob Myers and the Philadelphia 76ers to go ahead and trade Tyrese Maxey right now. Because we should go ahead and tell them, you can't win a championship with Tyrese Maxey being your franchise guy. Go ahead, let me call Bob Myers and tell them that right now. Because he's 6'2", And under
And the Thunder in possession here.
Tyrese Maxey is not a franchise guy. So don't think on winning a championship with nothing.
Williams shot is good.
Who might want to start that right now?
Got five now.
Don't try.
Rate of baskets assisted. It's a stat pad, really, right? It tells a story of how well you're playing team offense.
Because you're banking on a 6'2" guy with a whole lot of skill, but don't take him as your franchise guy because you can't win with a small guard in the league. That's no way to play. Small guard here.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So Mark Degnan will call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Feel that way about Tyrese Maxey. But if we're going to start that damn narrative, it's just stupid. It's an asinine thing to start when we're watching the evolution of small guards come into play that are very, very skilled. It's over with. There's no more Olympics out there. There's no more Olympics out there.
Yeah. And to be clear, Jay Will Moser, which is remember, he was the second pick in the draft. The first pick in the draft was 7'5". His name was Yao Ming, and I can show you my college football.
Punches it home.
That's a 4-point for that lead. Showing off some style.
Prime time stuff right there.
Landing one of the hottest tables around. I won 10,000 plus bucks and getting $400 back handy. There's nothing like that.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. They've only got 2 points to score. Here's SGA. Porzingis grabs the board. By 11. Curry with it. Started now by Williams. Porzingis.
Sorry for stepping on your face.
And it goes out.
Guaranteed. If fortune might show up, don't miss it.
Outside, SGA.
I double down on this. Just like Becky Hammond said. Boom, big one.
Gilgeous Alexander.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is leading.
Pass to Pajemski. They need this. Good D by SGA.
They just can't seem to end the drought.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Now, here's Williams.
Okay. Shanae, I'll let you go first here. Do you have a bigger issue with Brunson's comments or the East as a whole? Or I should say Dre's comments on Brunson or the East as a whole?
I have a bigger issue with Dre's comments on Brunson. We know the East is a relatively deeper conference, but overall, I don't like his tone in that because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can only play the opponent that's right in front of you. The New York Knicks swept 2 series. Yes, it is a relatively weaker conference, but how they handled going through that, they manhandled their opponents. To me, that is more impressive. And now getting to Jalen Brunson, I don't know, Stephen A., I don't know if you guys watch Game of Thrones. Jalen Brunson is the prince that was promised. And if you watch the show, the guy that's underestimated, there's this long winter, there's this long drought, and he's bringing them back to the pinnacle. First NBA Finals since 1999. And if I told you that there's a certain player that averages 26 points per game, there's a certain player, Kurt, right? There's a certain player that Corey's going to go as a member of the Dallas Mavericks. He only averaged 12. He goes to the biggest market in the world in New York City and drops 26. More than doubles his average, 26. Also, when it comes to postseason, talking about elevating your game, where's the one player that increases his postseason average by over 6 points per game? That's most amongst any player qualified in the postseason. And so I think we are sort of looking at Jalen Brunson and looking at the phenotype, looking at 6'2", 6'3", and judging him but not necessarily he doesn't work on people's and not what he looks like. We're big body Brunson for a reason. So I disagree on both ends with Draymond Green, but I do think that the Knicks have every reason to be in the NBA Finals. We should not be on the table
right now. Their focus and execution has been
outstanding. Nonsense from Draymond Green. I'm just kidding. Last year, the Conference team in the Indiana Pacers take off wrong, see the Thunder to 7 games, and one could argue that if they're putting on Tyrese Halliburton, who's been hurt, it looked like the momentum swinging more for Indiana to win that game before he went out from Cross Tanner's Achilles.
27 seconds left in the half.
Anthony Edwards is playing up.
And the team can't allow Gilgeous Alexander to get this position. Once he does, he makes you
it's competition out there.
3-pointer, no good.
Tired of people disrespecting Jalen Brunson and what he's doing right now. Right now, he's a proven way. Whether he completes the mission or not, getting to the promised land is enough to prove that you're 1A scorer in this league in the history of the game. Nobody going to sit up here and say Allen Iverson wasn't a 1A option, and he got 2 games in 76 and 10 game, but they promoted him. We're not going to sit up here and say that Charles Barkley was a 1A when he had to face Jordan when he was
Oklahoma City sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back with you shortly. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Warriors trail by 21.
If Clay had no confidence in Steph Curry to be the 1A, along with Klay Thompson, there's no way in hell that you go in the car. But okay, need to come side of the which, by the way, help him get that championship. I'm not sitting up here taking away from Steph Curry. Not at all. I got him as a top 10 player of all time. But if we're going to get energy for Jalen Brunson, we have to keep that same energy for Steph Curry. I just like to get to the promised land, to the NBA Finals, is the most of it for a guy like Jalen Brunson to be considered a 1A option in this league.
Count it, good.
Well, I agree
There
with
really is a trouble on both ends of the floor right now. Forcing turnovers and finding easy points, while the other guys struggle to keep up.
There's a 3-second violation.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Well, there's a plethora of things that transpired. That system in OKC and San Antonio being where it works. I don't agree with it about what I will say to you is that I'm not taking this game to be disrespectful to Jalen Brunson to
the sweet-looking jumper of
who, by the way, just in the world to I've often said this statement: if man can coach you, he does. A woman should be coaching in the NBA
on the way,
as a head coach. And if a woman is a job, my child will do that. Who I believe is a phenomenal. We can't
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Oklahoma City leading by 16.
We should listen, okay? The Draymond piggybacking off her comments.
Into the third.
Now let me say this.
Now here's Curry. 9 points in the game. Outside Pajemski.
I know how you think you will box extra cash up to $500. I'm not trying to help our people out. So the reason what I say is they'll pay able to get extra cash down. I qualified for $260 and I was able to instantly transfer it to my Dave check. Believe it or not, one of Dave was because I was
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
It truly comes in clutch. So next time you're thinking about asking someone to borrow money for rent, gas, groceries, whatever, just download Dave instead. Click it and check it out.
Slam dunk by Gilgeous Alexander.
and he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
When we talk about his family, the KD, when they had lost in the finals, recognize that Steph Curry did not always not with LeBron like a Kyrie or Kevin Love or Portland to come. Having won that championship race in the 52-year old Cleveland, and then Golden State goes out and they get Kevin Durant. That's actually making Draymond
touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Who you have as the top 10 player of all time. Who's talking about that
It's going to go on Chet Holmgren.
And how many times have we seen this from Butler? Using the pump fake to manipulate the Warriors making a switch here. Butler hits them both.
For a star, they can get lots of opportunities at the end, and he's great at cashing them in.
Williams slam dunk by Gilgeous Alexander.
Everybody can
Gilgeous Alexander will exploit it.
Whether or not
Gilgeous Alexander, he'll bring it over for OKC. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
for the first 10 years of his career.
3 on 3.
Every and I'm telling you right now, if you want to that big shot, when I understand Kobe coming back here, when he was creating
easy scoring opportunity off the break.
and when they asked me to go into that, I became famous
Gilgeous Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
Warriors trail by 19.
AI, I'll get you one. He'll get you one. Then you drop one, get one. And then I said, but on this day, after what Kobe has said,
we've got 113 leaders in the third quarter of the game. SGA with a steal.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming and made the play.
Then I said what I said, but I mentioned and I was 1,000% correct because
outside Curry
was there. And no matter how great Allen Iverson was, there was no answer. Was the diesel. When you have that kind of size, it's not fun for somebody to look at you
here in the second half.
Phenomenal.
So challenging to be in the Curry excels in exploiting the defensive assets.
Like they got the these people. And that's the reality. That's what Draymond looking at. That's what Draymond Green is looking at. And we can disagree about it, but it's not a crime for them to say it. It's not disrespecting Draymond.
Green for 3.
Because Green is kind of picky from the
get to the NBA Finals. That's an accomplishment in the set.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander.
Because a lot of guys who are in playoff don't even slip the playoffs.
Launches a 3.
Get to the NBA Finals. That's the point that I'm
He has been the story for Oklahoma City. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this game.
Good literature to the NBA Finals. That's enough for me.
And Stephen A., you said it's not a crime to make this point of view. To me, that's based off of circumstantial evidence. Meaning, we can talk about Steph Curry's first year winning a championship. Didn't he have those big guys? We always said that Draymond Green was the 5. He was playing outside of himself, being able to guard those 7-footers. And so in that first year, when Steph won, being 6'3", I know Steph, I'm standing next to him, we're about the same height. He led his team to a championship, and that is harder when you are smaller, but it's not impossible. And we just watched Jalen Brunson go through a very hard time for 4 years, leading a team back to that promised line that the land that verse says, and now we should diminish it just because he's a little. I wish I was a little bit smaller. I wish I was a little bit.
In the same breath, let's not get beside ourselves.
Sends it home from 3-point land.
One of the top 5 shooters in the history of basketball. LeBron James has Matthew
Jalen Brunson, because you don't have that. You don't have that.
So it's Oklahoma City now.
When they won their
Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
So we can't doubt
pulls it from 20. That's good on the jumper. SGA's got 28. Outside Moody.
Depot has no sound base.
Pass to Pajemski.
Obviously, this guy is terrible scoring. He can problem solve for whatever the defense throws at him.
And it's Gilgeous Alexander. Gilgeous
that has honored the game to the extent that he's given so much to his teammates, to this organization, and the thing I want to do more than anything else is honor him back. And I think the first order of business there is allowing him to spend the time to meet to decide what he wanted to play every year.
Curry outside.
Of course, any team, including ours, doesn't have LeBron James.
Left side Moody.
That's a blessing in itself, just with what he does.
And SGA has got the ball here for
The
OKC.
positive word from Orlando about LeBron James, including the team's first-round draft pick. Austin Reeves free agent holds, DeAndre Ayton, and the Marcus Smart contract. The Lakers have $47 million in cap space heading into the offseason. LeBron James again free agent. All eyes will be there. We're season 5 to Stephen A. LeBron plays his last game in a Lakers jersey.
I think it's possible. I don't know at this particular moment of the team. But he's an unrestricted free agent, and it was good to see
1:43 left in the fourth quarter here.
JJ right there. Obviously, JJ's done a good job, damn good job as far as I'm concerned. He's the coach of the Lakers for the foreseeable future. So it's nice to have your coach and player.
36 points.
They got to make a decision, and I think the purpose of doing this one, so the game when it comes to Luke
That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have
because all
that.
three only get about 14
Looks like it'll be a big win for them here. To the end of the game and choke up the victory for the Thunder.
Boy, this is one physical game, guys.
They obviously felt that was an advantage, and they were able to be relentless inside as a result.
And even the